All right, here's your Toyota 9100 startup procedure. This is what I normally do every morning to get the machine started and to run some work. First thing I do is open this trap door right here where the bobbin is behind that. Take the bobbin out. There's a little handle here on the casing. Okay. Just kind of set it off to the side so it doesn't fall away from you. And then you take a Q-tip and you need to grab the hand wheel, which is on the back side of the machine, and you can see how I'm turning it by hand. And you want to take this Q-tip and try to get up in there and get, there's any dirt. I started to clean it a little earlier, so this one's not so bad. But you can see there's dirt and stuff that gets on the Q-tip. And I always pinch, there's usually a different end, you can kind of pinch it and kind of flatten it out like that. And then there's what they call, this is like a little fork in the bobbin casing that spins around, and that's actually where the thread gets grabbed up. And you want to kind of get that Q-tip to go in between there because dirt gets trapped up back there. So if you kind of get that just right, you can get that out of there, and you can see there's some dirt I just got out of the back of that. This is the most important area, I think, to try to keep clean and lubricated. And then what I do is I have this little oil snout right here, little thing of oil, and I'll put some on the end of the Q-tip, a clean end of the Q-tip. Just get some on there, you know what I mean? You can see it's wet. And then I'll, again, turn the machine by hand, and right where that bobbin rail starts, you'll see there's some grooves in it if you look real close at your machine. And right at the top, you want to just kind of, if you get it spun just right, you can take that Q-tip and dot it with that oil and then spin it around. And then I always put one at the bottom right here on that same rail and kind of spin it around. You might get a little oil up in there, but that's okay. All right, set that aside. Here's your bobbin casing. I got some thread on there, so we're going to go with that. Pulling it through, making sure there's a little drag, and then you're going to, there's a little pigtail right there. You kind of want to wrap that right around. And the bobbin, if you hold the handle like this, or hold it in your hand, the bobbin should spin the opposite way you're pulling the thread. Have a medium drag. And then you can just take and insert that right back in there. Kind of get some dirt, try to keep the dirt out. Close the door, that's taken care of. There's also another little hole right here, a little further back from where the needle plate is. And it's red, and that is also for oil. And I am going to, I only do that once a week or twice a week. And just stick your oil snout down in there. And you can kind of feel it. You want to make sure you get it in there all the way. And just one little squeeze of the oil is enough. Dirt does get down in there. As you can see, it's a place for dirt to fall down in. So you have to take this cover off, and you can take this needle plate cover off and really get in there and clean it good. I would suggest getting a can of some blow off, and that way you can kind of blow the dirt away and then swab it out with your Q-tip at the end to make sure you get any residual dirt out of there. Okay, now these 4 holes right here, I do oil those. But you want to stick the snout in a little bit so the oil just doesn't run down the back side of this cover. There's some felt inside of that the oil absorbs, and that keeps your shafts lubricated as they go up and down. And then on this side of the machine, right back here, there's a oil hole, and that is for, there's a cam in there that spins. And that keeps oil in the cam, in the grooves. And then there's a cam follower that converts that circular energy into up and down motion. And that's kind of how your machine works. Okay. Some of the machines have an oil hole back here. This one does not. Hopefully I'm getting that in there. Yeah, this one does not, but I have another 9000 that has an oil hole back here. And then there's also one in the very back of the machine over there. You can kind of see it. It's a red dot, kind of like right there, if I got my finger right. Anyway, that and there I only oil once a week, just a little drop of oil. And that's basically your maintenance startup procedure that I do. This machine is pretty old, but it runs every day. I'm going to stop the video now, and then we'll turn the machine on.